Okay, so we begin. It's morning for me. Good morning. This is the Water Cooler Chat Show. My name is Nadine K. Thompson. I'm joining you from Hangzhou, China. And today we are going to interview another guest from the Virtual Book Tour 2026. So welcome to our guests. I think we have Kay and Sharp and Claudia Thomas and then somebody else, OC. So welcome to all our guests. Thank you for joining us. So I'm going to hand over to our guest this morning or this evening. He's in Jamaica, O'Neil. So O'Neil, would you like to start by introducing yourself and tell us a little bit about how you came to be part of the virtual book tour?
Okay, so hi everybody. I am Oneil. Stage name is Kushite. Um, so Jennifer works with me. She's a coworker of mine, and she noted that I have this gift, and she invited me to come to the virtual book tour, and asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, to expand my brand, expand what I'm doing. And I said, of course, how could I not want to be something, to be a part of something so lovely? So yes, that's how I joined the book tour today.
So you are predominantly a poet. So how did you get started
Yeah.
writing poetry? Yeah.
Okay, high school. So high school was how I started writing poetry. It actually started out me writing a counteraction a miss for an artist by the name of Cecile. So she had a song about Jamaican dance and artists being incompetent, not valid enough to be her spouse. And so I took that idea and I wrote a version about the girls in my class. So I wrote about the young ladies in my class, and that's how I realized, hey, I actually have this gift. So that's that was high school. Years later, I was attending tertiary education, and my friend he passed, Sarai, in '08, passed in '08, rest in peace. He was the one who invited me to Edna Manley Poetry Night. I was like, hey, I think you would actually like this. And from the first time I went there, I was like, this is it. This is it. And so
So
I've
how
been
did
going,
these,
mhm.
sorry?
So I've been attending there to, build my craft over the years. Yeah.
Okay. So how did the girls in your class feel about you writing poetry about them?
Didn't think anything of it.
Hmm.
Um, it wasn't disrespectful. It wasn't like a disrespectful poetry. It was like, you know, human flaws I highlighted and said they were pretty cool with it. They weren't really hung up about that type of, because like I said, Cecile and Elephant Man had their thing out there. So they were cool with it. They actually liked it.
Okay. So what was your experience like then at performing or sharing your poetry at Edna Manley School of Art?
It was beautiful. Um, I got to see many poets. Few of them have passed away, but they were like icons who came through, like Mutabaruka, Oku Onuora. Many person might not know him, but he's very big out there
I
on the
know.
performing stage. And then you had young groups like Royal African Soldiers, Cherry Natural, Ganja, he passed away. Um, Dub Master Lynch, he passed away. And Starry, one of my close friend, he also passed away. So these were the persons I saw that kind of influenced that drive for poetry and helping to develop my craft. And one of the founders of Poetry Night at Edna Manley, he passed away this year, like almost a month ago or more. Tommy, um, he passed away. He was cool. He was like, yo, you need to do this, you need to do that. And, they were a very experienced poet. And so that's how I got to improve my craft.
So is your poetry then mainly dub style poetry or poetry for performance?
Uh, Poetry for performance and on dub rhythms or reggae beats.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have those type of poetry. I actually finished made about seven. I have about 7 poems produced. I have more produced, but I've lost those because somebody stole my phone. The studio got burnt down. So getting to this point was kind of a journey.
Mm. Okay, so who is then your favorite poet in all of these that you have talked about? Because you mentioned a couple of them. Who would be your favorite?
Wow, that's a good question. My favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wouldn't say I have a favorite. I would say I have maybe top 5 who really like hit it home for me. Like their poems were like, yes. Um, so Dub Master, he's one of them. Cherry Natural, she's awesome. Starry, he passed away, right? Um, R- Dub Master is a part of Royal African Soldiers. So that group is 3 poets as a group, and they have different styles that make the delivery of the poem very unique. Um, uh, there's one more. Not his name not ringing a bell right now, but as soon as I remember his name, I'll tell you. He was the first one. What I'm trying to remember. He was the first one I heard that dub poetry album, and I actually got a bootleg copy, and so I used to like run it.
Mm-hmm.
I just play it because it was so deep and that was yeah.
Okay, so do you also have poetry that is written down? So you have written down, maybe you have many books with poems written in it?
Yes, I have books. I have a poetry book and ton loads of papers.
Mhm.
Ton load. As you know, that poet, you'll be cooking and a poem comes to you.
Mhm.
You'll be in a restaurant and you just take out the napkin and start writing on the napkin. Um, you'll be driving and you have to pull over and start right because my poems are mostly inspirational. So they
Mhm.
come to me and I just channel them and write them. So for example, I went by the seaside the other day. I walked to the seaside and I got 2 poems. I wrote on 2 poems. One was called the Curse of Love, and the other was called the
I think we have lost you there. So you had two poems, one, The Curse of Love, and another one.
right,
Yeah,
and the other one
yeah.
was called
Mm.
um the Devil or God, the Devil or God,
Mhm.
Devil or God.
So,
So those it just came one time. I wrote it one time. I didn't write it. I actually recorded to my phone, freestyle to
mm,
my phone, and then I made sure I came home to write it because the last time I did that, my phone was stolen with about 3 poems in them, so I'm not making that same mistake.
Ah, yes, better to keep it on paper. So, how do people around you then, the people you share your poetry with, your family, how do they feel about you as a poet, as a writer?
All right. Not everybody in my family knows this poetry side. My brother probably know it, and my friends and my friends, they will know it. And they are pretty impressed. They always tell me they're impressed. And they always tell me they love it. They always tell me it's deep and it's I've never had a negative response. I can remember the first time I went into studio. Yeah, I went to the studio like 2 times recording poetry. And the third time I was putting like a compilation together and I played it for my friend and he was like, yo dog, a long time you do this. So I was laughing. I
Mhm.
was saying, no man, you sound like a real pro. So yes, I realized that even in person when I perform it live, they will come up to me and say, I need to hear more of your poem. I'm a big fan of you. And yes, I used to get that type of response.
So where can then people find you then? Because we want to hear more of your poetry, more of your writing, see more of your writing. So where can we find you?
All right. So I have created a TikTok channel and a
Okay.
YouTube channel. So I plan to publish my poems because of my location, it's kind of difficult for me to go and perform.
Mhm.
So I figured the best way is to publish on platform that people can enjoy it. Um, I'm also coming out with a book, 2 books, but one is almost complete. I'm in the process with Jennifer, working with her to get the book cover done, do some final editing, and then publish it. Along with, I have gone to the studio. Like I said, I have about 7 uh, pieces. I want to do more, but the producer is saying, no, man, just like, do an EP, get it out
Mhm.
there, and then I can focus on an album.
So give people a taster, then they can get some more.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So would you like to share then any of your poetry this morning with us or this evening with us?
All right, you know what?
Hmm.
I'm going to give you a recent one.
Yes.
I'm going to give you, which one should I? All right, so if people in chat can tell me which one they want to hear, do they want to hear The Curse of Love or The Devil or God? Those are the recent ones. So
So
if they
yeah.
tell me in the chat,
So
uh,
they can put one or two. So number
yes,
one is Curse of
The
Love.
Curse of Love,
Number two is The Devil
The
or God.
Devil or God. Mhm.
So what do you want to hear? So just put in the chat what you want to hear. Oneil is going to share one with us. So you can just put it in the chat. So we see a lot. We see one. I saw one already. Two. So we have a tie. Anybody else? Two.
Oh, The Devil or God. That's The Devil or God they want to hear.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, no problem. And of course, let me see what I think about. It's my poetry book,
Mm-hmm.
my faithful poetry book. So, all right. Which version of me do you want? The devil or the God? The genius or the thug? The healed or the cut? The rich or the broke? To show you when I really care, or okay, or when I don't really give a, to dagger you with hate or to dagger you with love. The sensation escalate the situation, so so I'm not okay. The sensation escalate the situation, So I'm not sure who will come out. So when you go down, I will go up. The fools talk a lot, but the wise keep their mouths shut. Gentleness, aggression. Will you tell your friend about this version? Some say he's a good man. Some say he's some say he's the worst one. The dark and the light, the yin and the yang. Flying in the sky on planes or sailing on boat on ocean. I am unpredictable, so don't try to program. The ripple effects in the water starts with one motion. Wait, it is not safe. Hold on, hold on. Someone is about to be born. Someone is about to die. Today your woman tells you the truth. Tomorrow she tells you a lie. He is so macho, she has ego. Tomorrow both cry. So many have oral dominance, but very few can write. The histories, the mysteries, and the days of our lives. Embrace the hills of peace. Embrace the cities of noise. I can't give you peace, and I can't give you joy. So many I wish so many I wish were dead. So many I wish were alive. Listen to the rhymes, don't gasp and sigh.
Yes, as you were reading it, I
Don't
saw I'm seeing many themes. Yeah, but continue, continue.
right.
Uh,
Don't hold your breath for too long, cause time really flies. Grab your bag and walk in the grab your bag and walk in the duality of life. Before you come in the house, wipe your feet on the rug. Take on the journey of life. Take on the journey inside. The road you must trod, just know you might meet the devil or God.
Yes, I was saying as you were going through it, I was seeing the patterns of dark and light, good and bad. One person
Mm-hmm.
having two different parts, and you mentioned the duality of life. So, do you find that your poetry normally you have this kind of trying to figure out something between something like that?
No, it's
Okay,
just
this is just
inspired.
this inspired. This is just a
Right.
one.
So, right,
Okay.
like I said, I'm recording the poem and I pause. Thoughts
Hmm.
come, I record, pause. Thoughts come again, I record and pause. Right.
Hmm.
I haven't edited this. This is just what came naturally.
Hmm. But sometimes, because I'm a poet myself, and sometimes, when you go back and we look, we have what we call the golden thread. When we start
Mm-hmm.
going through a lot of our work, we start to realize that actually there is a thread, but we just didn't realize that the inspiration follows a pattern,
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But when other people read it, I'm like, okay, but you have this pattern. So that was just something I noticed as I was listening. So I think we would also like to hear the other one, So the
Oh,
first the first one, we would still like to hear the
oh,
curse of love.
oh, you're, you're
Mm.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I was expecting that. All right.
Mm.
Let me go back. So it's delivery might be off because I haven't practiced these. All
Mm.
right. So this is the curse of love. Okay. The curse of love. Okay. The curse of love is worse than drugs. Is cold. Okay. Okay. The curse of love is worse than drugs. He cools up himself. She cries in pain. Both are saying, never again. He could have saved, but instead he gave her his change. It was like a knock in his knee when she said, "You never think not You never did nothing for me. All right, my brother, try and breathe. Two can wear the same shoe. She goes through it too. He gave him all her love because he said he was his boo. Said he was going with his crew, but took another girl on a cruise. They say fools follow the rules of love until karma becomes a brute. She was high and mighty when she had another dude. But when he left her, karma had her subdued. So what do you do? Some go and have a drink at the pub, or sorry, some go and have a drink at the pub. Some wild out at the club. Some become saintly, some become a slut. Some lose their minds looking for love. Some become cold, say that love door they'll never touch. But deep down, they are still yearning for much. I go and listen to the ocean, converting my luck, thinking about the curse of love.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that one. Yes. So somebody said, you go, sir. Yeah. So I think people also enjoyed this one. So now I open the floor for others if they want to ask a question, if they want to say something. So anyone who wants to ask a question, you can type it in the chat or you can open your mic and share with us. So as we are waiting for others to join in, my next question would be then, you have recorded your poetry, you're coming out with albums. Are you then doing live performances? Can people see your live performances around Jamaica? Or you said now
Yes.
it's not time?
So I will I'm trying to balance out, to be honest. Trying to
Mhm.
balance out the live performance. I will have to do more. I will have to go back and start to do a lot of shows, seeing that I'm gonna be doing the platforms. So I just want to yes, I'll be going back to Edna Manley, where it started, and get the feel. This is what other I mean, I went there a year ago, and I realized there were a lot of young poets there trying to develop the craft, and I'm way past that. So, but I'll just go out there just to promote my work. And then COVID changed a lot of stuff. So I'm not sure if many shows that used to keep are still keeping. I heard that a lot haven't opened up back. So I'm going to venture back out there to perform the pieces. Like I said, I will be doing. I'm gonna do maybe a few live pieces on TikTok, you know, choreograph pieces and place them on TikTok, and probably have a few live sessions where just the points for persons in the chat and they can indulge with me.
Okay. We have a couple of questions. So the first one is, can you recite the one that speaks of injustice? But while you're thinking of that one, we might do that one at the end. But the other two questions are, what inspired you to write The Curse of Love? What inspired you to write The Curse of Love?
Okay, live
Like,
experiences. It's like I said, like in the Devil or God, I was talking about a duality, and as a man, it's easy to throw blame, or for a woman, it's easy to throw blame. But we know from doing literature that, for example, in the To Kill a Mockingbird, you are taught to walk in somebody's shoes to get a feel of what no matter what you might, because you might be thinking what you are experiencing is worse, but then if you detach from that for a bit and try to experience what they're experiencing, then you kind of get that feeling. So it's a relationship type of poem. You can feel that. So I guess it's the experience with ships with all of us. And I think all of us have probably had the curse of love.
Yeah.
At one
I
point in our
love
lives.
I love how you ended that saying, some people are, maybe going to the club and party, and some people are trying to forget, but you just go to the ocean to reflect. So maybe somebody was wondering, is it a personal experience? That's why I don't know. Maybe that's why the
Yes, it
question
is,
came.
but
Uh-huh.
it's everybody.
Everybody. So not
What I
just you.
realized, yeah, what I realized that talking to your friends, they go to the same issues, male and female. So as a poet, I try to capture not only my experience, but others who experience it. That's why it's so relatable to people. So like I said, yes, I have my own experience, but the inspiration comes and it just pans out like that. Because it was
Okay.
only my experience, I'll be talking about, oh, you did this and you did that, and I no, so it didn't come out like that.
Yes. And yeah,
Yeah,
that's the beauty of the writer. We can write it so others can experience it. So the second
yeah.
one is, what's your favorite line you've written and why? So what's a favorite line in any of your poems that you have written, and why is this your favorite line?
Wow, that's a hard question.
Hmm.
I've written so many poems. There are poems I thought this is it, and then this is it, this is it. So I stop because um poems are like that. Poems for at a point, it, it, your talent is never gonna allow you to have a favorite because they keep improving and improving and improving. Inspiration gets deep and expands. And so at this juncture in life, when I was younger, I would say, this is it. Then 2 years later, this is it. Then so after a while, I don't try to keep up. Um, um, I think that I think for now, the devil or God, the concept of that is pretty. That's a metaphysical, spiritual idea, and I think that kind of reflects my journey. So, um, yeah, it's not
Okay,
my
so I hope
favorite,
that
but
answered. I
it's
think
the
it was
current.
Sam C. Sam C was asking. So Sam, I hope that answers your question. So there have been many favorites over time. So every time you thought this was the one, but at this
Yeah,
particular time, maybe the last one you did, this is a favorite for you at this moment, because every time it's going to change. That's the
yeah,
understanding.
for sure, for sure.
Okay. So somebody had asked, can you recite the one that speaks of injustice? I'm not sure which one that one is, but you can let us know. So which one is about injustice? So if it comes to
Um,
your mind,
I'm
have
searching, so
you
you can go ahead while I search.
okay.
Yes.
So any other questions that people want to ask while you're waiting? One thing I noticed in your poetry, it's about the rhyme scheme. Because as I was listening to
Mhm.
the last one, you had words like club and pub, and you tried to have this rhyming. So is that something that you always have in your poetry, rhyme?
Yeah, rhyme is not something I try. That's how it comes.
Mhm.
So, so what I realized, I don't deliberately try to rhyme. It just rhymes. So I realized Tupac is like that. So there are some words when you isolate them, they wouldn't rhyme, but when it's put together, it would rhyme. Um, uh, a very popular, common artist right now would be Vibes Carter. Sometimes he's just talking and just sound like he's rhyming, but it's
Rhyming.
because he has been doing this so long, it sound.
Mhm.
So that's for me, I just get the idea and write it down and just sound like it rhymes. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Have you found the injustice poem? Are you ready to go with it?
Yes, I can try.
Okay, all right. So OC, you get your request. You wanted the injustice one, so we will have this one ready for you. And we are grateful to all our guests who are here. We have Claudia, OC, Sam, Nats, Henrietta, Naki, and we have somebody on iPhone. So thank you. And we have is it Carrie Ann Sharp? We have Carrie Ann who has turned her camera on. Thank you, Carrie Ann.
Mhm.
So
All right.
okay. Yeah,
So
go ahead.
all right. So this is not the typed up poem, guys.
Mhm.
This
So
is
is
the
the poem
written
called Injustice or is just about injustice?
it's called Unlawful Justice.
Unlawful justice, okay?
So just give me a few minutes
Mm-hmm.
because
Is it one that you have performed before? I mean,
yes, yes, I
okay.
performed it before.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
So unlawful justice.
All right, so let me read what I
Um,
have.
okay.
So unlawful justice practice make the people make noise like machine in factories. The fact is, truth is tragic. It makes men turn into savages. Poverty makes a man think madness, but we blacks seem to be addicts to the divide and rule politics. Shh, stop, turn down the radio. I can't listen to this garbage. Stop listening to this nonsense. Think in silence. I watched my neighbor heated in an argument. When they were finished, they dipped their pocket and only got red cents. This makes sense. Unlawful justice practice make the people make noise like machine in factories. The fact is, the truth is tragic. All right, that's a short version, cause this is
Okay.
my poetry book, right? Right.
Yeah, we got the idea though, the unlawful justice. And I like what the line that you said is like this becomes like a politics that, a lot of people engage in and it becomes
Mm-hmm.
kind of norm for everybody else.
Yeah.
Before you mention Tupac, so was Tupac also one of the influences for you, one of the people who you listened to
For
and who were
sure,
Mhm,
for sure. Tupac
mhm.
Shakur, Nas, um, um, I won't forgive myself if I do. You got a
Mhm.
fast car. Uh,
Um, I know who you're talking about. I'll tell you her name
right.
after this.
She
Yeah, I
is
know. Yes, I used to listen to her a lot too. But I think for a
right.
lot of people, they didn't know that
That would be Tracy Chapman.
Tracy Chapman, right?
Ah,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tracy
Yes,
Chapman, yes.
Tracy
Um,
Chapman.
so I think a lot of people didn't know that Tupac was a poet and that he was
Yes,
writing. And
yes.
one of his poems that I really love talked about the rose that grew from
Grew from
concrete.
the country. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So a lot of
Yeah.
deep poetry and things coming out. So it's not just writing, it's also the performing, it's also the listening, it's also the language. And wherever you go, poetry is like, for me, I find that poetry is almost the a force of nature. It's like a way, it's more powerful than just the book itself because you can just say it and people can connect with it. So I really like as a poet myself that this is a
Mhm.
powerful way to share your ideas, share your thoughts. So we want to
Right.
engage our so Henrietta is saying she didn't know that Tupac was a poet. Yes, he was a great poet, a great writer,
Great
great,
poet.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yes,
was.
good,
Yes,
very
yes, yes,
deep poetry.
yes. I think
So
the
we want
artists
Mhm.
from the
Go ahead.
90s,
Hmm.
the Nas, the Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony, these people were Busta Rhymes,
Yeah.
in the late 90s, Eminem, these people are poets.
Yes.
You can actually read their work and get the full story.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think, as you were saying last time, a lot of Jamaican artists also have used this poetic thing in their songs, these
Yeah.
rhymes, these
Yeah,
way
man,
of
Vibes Cartel for sure.
thinking. Yes. Somebody's asking about Lauryn Hill. Yes, a lot of these writers,
Yes,
because when you
Lauryn Hill,
write a
yes.
song, yes, you are
Yeah,
using,
Lauryn Hill,
yeah,
yeah,
because
my
a lot
girl.
of poets, their writings have been turned into songs. So people have come to me sometimes and said, would you want to turn this poem into a song? Because a lot of the popular writers are actually using poetic style to write. And they
Right.
said DMX, I believe DMX is also a poet as well.
And one of the best poet is Nas. He's not, they have
Yes.
not made him a mainstream artist, but if you listen to his album like Godson, um, uh,
I know he
uh,
did some work with like Damian
Illmatic,
Marley and stuff. Yeah.
Illmatic, right? Yes. Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Jonah Gang. Oh, how could I forget Jonah Gang? Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, him and Nas. And so Nas actually did a piece with Tupac when as a tribute to Tupac. And right, so Nas is a brilliant poet. He's not spoken because of, you know, he wasn't, they push Jay-Z over him, but he and Jay-Z had a beef, but Nas, he actually wrote a poem. This is how you know he's a poet. He actually wrote a song back way. He wrote the story in reverse.
Mm.
Um, so if you go and listen to that song, it will blow your mind. I haven't seen anybody come to that level of mastery. I mean, Tupac is there, but that creative that Nas did was off the chain, yeah.
Mhm. Somebody also mentions Chronix. Chronix is someone I really love. I listen to Chronix. I like the sound of what he's saying. Of course, I would think he's using poetry and writing in his thing. So they say they hear poetry when they listen to Chronix. I think a lot of the writers are
I,
using poetry. Yeah.
Chronix as a singer is good,
Hmm.
but I would say Proto J is more of a poet,
Mm.
and there's a new dancehall artist where he's in trouble now. Chronic Law. So Chronic Law, Proto J, they have that intense literary techniques in their
Mm.
work. And
Okay.
so, I mean, of course, Vibes Cartel he has been a master from the day he came out. So, but I mean, the nowadays generation, the modern Chronic Law and Proto J not really new, but he's definitely up there.
So do you think then that this style and the poetry that came out of Jamaica, is it something that should be studied in school? Do you think that it should be taken and it should be looked at and we should know more about our artists, our poet as a kind of literary movement? Do you think we should have that?
Um, yes, I mean, it's already being studied.
Mm-hmm.
It's a modern version being studied not in Jamaica, but I've heard colleges outside of Jamaica, they're doing that. Um, I think because of such an abundance of literary masters that we kind of take it for granted that we don't need to teach it. Because every year somebody want to be an artist. There's this competition to be the best artist. So because we have this level of abundance, we don't really sit into study it. But I guess the professors, they can do work in terms of to capture the uh Nadine?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
I'm hearing you.
Capture, okay, just make sure. Capture
Mm-hmm.
the era of what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But premier studying is Miss Lou. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Lou is like the epitome of excellence.
Mm-hmm.
In a time when Jamaica was looking down on Creole, patois.
Yeah.
In a time when, I mean, you still have snobs at it, but it's way, way very minute compared to when she was doing it. and she was so perfect in her delivery, in her expression. I mean, when you see a Miss Lou perform, her facial expression and she's just brilliant. So I mean, we're studying her, and I'm glad that Jamaica took note of her and put her out there as a literary icon. Yeah.
Yes. I'm happy for that too. So we have a lot of other friends who have joined us. We have Elaine Cohen. I think we have mentioned everybody else. So anybody else who wants to share, this is your time. You can say something. So I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, but carry on. If you want to say anything, you've turned your camera on. If you want to add anything, you're welcome to share. Say if you've been inspired, what's your connection with O'Neil? So if you want to share anything, anybody else? Okay, Henrietta, yes?
Good night. Good night, everyone. So
Good
Henrietta
night.
Morgan here, a
Mhm.
past student from Mr. Allison and a great English teacher, I must say. Um, I wasn't surprised when I saw him, fulfilling his passion for poetry and the art world, because this is where he, like, I don't even have the words to express. This is his home, basically, right? So this is like, I don't know if it is easy for him, but in my eyes, this is easy for him. And I would love for this platform to be more interactive, more persons to know about it and come on and just understand and hear what he's trying to promote here. Because trust me, when it comes on to English and the literature and the words play and all those other things, Mr. O'Neil Allison got that. And I want to applaud him, and I just want to bless him up and tell him to continue on his journey. Him a gonna make it. I'm sure about that, because he has a clean heart in everything that he do. And this is the person that I know. I can't speak of anybody else experience with him. Right? So that is what I have to say. Mr. Allison, big up, blessings, and enough love all the time.
Thank you, Henriette. Thank you.
Okay, so
Okay, so
Yes, always showing me support. Always, uh, showing that love towards me in terms of supporting me in my work. And so I give thanks that she's able to make it to this interview, because she was trying to make it. And I'm very grateful that she has. So, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else
Okay.
wanted to? Okay, go ahead.
Well, this is Casey, and you keep saying carrion, but it's
Okay,
actually.
because sorry, my eyes. Sorry, I thought it was Kar. My eyes. Sorry, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
okay. You're
KCN.
fine.
Yeah.
So I met O'Neil like long time ago when he was living in Portmore, St. Catherine. We were neighbors, and from there I know that he has a lot of potential with his writing. I remember once a friend of mine, he was in school, and his instructor would ask him to write papers. That person couldn't write anything, so I asked O'Neil to write papers for him. And when he handed in his assignments, the instructor was like, "This is the best paper, and you're a bright student," and blah blah blah. But it was O'Neil that was writing, so I knew he was a good writer from there on. And I just want to encourage O'Neil, and like, just keep at it. You're doing a great job, and just keep pushing. This is your passion, and this is something that you have always wanted to do, and no matter what comes your way, just keep fighting. You got this, and you're doing a great job.
Thank you,
Thank
Casey.
you.
Yes. Love that.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you, KCN. Sorry that I've
And,
been saying your name incorrectly.
and
Sorry.
This is my long-time friend. We have been friends for real true
Forever.
friend. Yeah, real
Mm,
true friend. Yes.
okay.
Yes. Yes.
So, before we go, I always ask people, for their message, like I call it their diamond drop. So if you had to give a message to, young poets, people who are interested in writing, people who want to emulate you, what would your message be to them?
All right. The poetry world is rough. It's not as established as dancehall or reggae. Yes, we have a few standouts like Mutabaruka, Oku Onuora, Miss Lou, Chester Safari, DYCR, but we have a lot of underground poets that have been trying to come out to the fore. And so what I would say to poets is that life will happen. Life will happen, but if poetry is your thing, it will keep you going. And for me, I had to do this. I can't speak about anybody else. My mind could not rest. No matter what I try to do in life, no matter if I try to go a different road, there's something in the back of my mind saying, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And it's been riding, it's like a little duppy in my corner. Ooh. So I had to get it done. And I think when I get it out there, my mind will actually feel free. I think that's for most poets, that when they do the work and they know they need to get it out there, they can't rest easy. And so what I would say is no matter what happens, the ups and downs, those who come in your life, those who come out of your life, whether in a job. I wrote a lot of poems when I was not employed, a whole lot of poems. And I wrote a whole lot more when I was employed. So this is a keeps focused on it. And then save your money and try and get it out there. Save your money, be steady, get a team around you, um, like Jennifer or anybody else who has experience or who's a little who know about that field. Get a team around you and go for it. And shoot for the stars. And if you land on the cloud, at least you did a shot.
Mm,
Mhm.
good, good. Mm,
The book that I'm coming out with, so I want to just say that I have a poem, a book called Thought. That maybe I can read that poem, promote
mhm.
that book that I'm looking to publish. So can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Uh, so this is not from the book. This is from my scribbles. All right? Meditation thoughts. My mind is higher than skyscrapers. Make haters have to wait as I create cloud vapors from papers. In the darkest hours, now I see the traitors. When things seem drear, that's when some people disappear. Does that sound weird? If your eyes refuse to see, then your ears must hear. How could you know something then have to be taught again? The same thing that make us stray is the same thing that make us spend. Make various attempts to advance, but there's a loophole in your defense. Rally up, tally up. Let's see who changes sequence. Whoever depart, that's what would meet them. Meditation, thoughts. Some people are honest partially. Some people you can trust partially. But I fight this battle heartily. Observe cautiously, cause it seems in your defeat they would have a party. Resilience, no matter how many missiles they throw towards me. If you have never had a criminal thought, then you can charge me. How do I plead? Read my creed and analyze my deeds, sail on the waves and catch your reefs. See, everything will fall at your feet, fall on you, hold dear to your roots from shorts to pants, from dwarf to giant. One day you'll learn the secret of self-reliance. Self-reliance, no more rely on. Watch me furiously as I march in triumph. Meditation, thoughts.
Hmm. Very, very deep, deep. You can
Yeah.
see so many
That
levels
was,
of things in that. Yeah.
yeah, that was written.
Okay. Um, I think Henrietta is saying here, that's your dream shouting at you, your passion. Blessings, Mr. Allison, you're a great man. Things are going to work out for you. I want one of the books when it's through. So she's already prepared to
Sure,
get the book. She's
sure.
waiting for the
Thank you.
book to drop. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. Okay. So what has been your experience then since you've joined this virtual book tour? What has been happening for you since?
It's great. Um, it's a wonderful support group. Um, it is, of course, which is Jamaica is kind of slow to that.
Mm,
We have been um, programmed in this individualistic mentality, but the world out here, there are a lot of groups, and no, we have a lot of groups now, but in terms of people are in groups, but they're not a part of the group. So there's a difference when you're a part of a group and persons are actually trying to see where you're at in your endeavors. And
mm,
so I am glad to be a part of it. I have so many things doing, and I think this group helped me to push what I really want to do a bit faster. So it has been great, and I try to support the other group members when I can. Sometimes the meetings are in the mornings, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. If I wake up early, I'll jump on if I'm not doing work myself.
mm.
So it has been great. Excellent.
That's good.
Mm.
And I noticed I think you wanted to do like teach other people poetry writing. Did
Yes.
that go? Did that start?
Right. So we haven't started that.
Mm.
We have an issue with the payment process. So we're kind of ironing out that. So by no one tomorrow, because I reach out to somebody who's going to help me with that, we should finish that because everything is ready. It's just that part needs to sort out.
So
And
can you
so
like
actually,
tell us about it again? So what is it and when will it
right,
start?
it's a poetry challenge, a 7-day poetry challenge, where persons will join, and I will give them a few guidelines to write poems. To help them write poems, we'll have probably 2 meetings, and we'll be in a WhatsApp group. It will be $25 to join, which is pretty reasonable for 7 days. So that's the poetry book challenge that's coming up that I blast out as soon as I can. But it's been ready. Like I said, because I'm in Jamaica, Jamaica has challenges setting up international um, payment procedures. But
So if people want to
relatively.
join, how will they know about it? Where can they find the information?
All right. So good question. Thank you for
Mm,
that. It will be on my TikTok page,
mm.
so persons can go to Kushite Poetry, and you'll see it there. You can just join. All right, guys. No, guys. I'm pretty kind of new to TikTok, so just be patient. Um, so if you join me, I'm gonna find a way to join you back or follow you. Sorry, I think that's the word. If you follow me, I'll find a way to follow you back.
Mm.
Right? So I've been shy away from social media, except on my status WhatsApp. where I show all my stuff. But for international purposes, YouTube, there's a YouTube channel for the dub poetry. The YouTube channel for the dub poetry album I'm going to produce. And then the TikTok now will blast out the challenge, the poetry challenge, the books and the albums.
So please just tell us the name of your TikTok channels if we want to look it up, and your TikTok again. Just tell us
Right.
again.
Kushite dub poetry.
Mhm.
Kushite dub poetry.
So that's on YouTube, and that same name for
Same name on
TikTok.
TikTok.
Okay,
Right.
okay, so Kushite. So I think everyone here probably have joined you already. So just yes, they know where to find you and they know how to find you.
Yes.
Okay. So what's the final thing you want to say before you go? I think some of these people, maybe they are your students, some of them they know of your
No,
work.
just
Yeah,
one
no?
person, my student.
Only one person is your student.
Yeah,
Okay.
one person.
Okay.
I don't try to interact that live with my poetry life because I'm a totally poetry bring a different side of me that might shock other people. I
Mm,
don't try to shock people in that world. But she's my past student, and we are all
okay.
adults, so that's great.
Mm,
But in terms of what I would want to leave with people is that face your fears and face your fears. Use the gift that God gave you, and use the gift that God gave you because that might be the only way out of your situation. And so face your fears. Let me just say, for example, I was on the road today. I took the public transportation, so I was on a bus, and there was for those who are in Jamaica, we always have somebody singing on the bus. I always have somebody singing, but so I turned around to look at the person. He was blind, and he sounded so good. And I remember stuff from my childhood upbringing about being lenient to to persons, and so I gave him a contribution, and other person started giving contribution. And I thought to myself, this man is visually impaired, but he's out here facing the fears of critique, performing for people, and he's being paid for it. And of course, he was very unique. When he was finished, he was like, okay, I have some brain teaser for you guys. How do you spell call with 13 letters? Everybody started to think I was shouting out answers and all of that. But I was thinking to myself that you never know when you're going to go. And when I mean go, I mean transcend,
leave.
pass, die. So it's better you face your fears and do what you need to do. So at least you know that you tried. At least you know you tried.
Okay.
That's that.
I love that. I love that. Somebody is saying, please type the TikTok channel here. They want you to type it so they don't make any mistake. And they want to know if they can contact you on WhatsApp. What's your WhatsApp? So I think they want to, the information. So to be
All right.
clear, so you can go ahead and type it. So as you're typing, I just want to
Yeah.
say that thank you to everyone who joined us this morning or this evening for you. We have heard a lot of the stories of how O'Neil got started in writing his poetry, where he has been performing, how is his upcoming works, how we can find them. We have also listened to his poetry. And as he was talking about, as a teacher in school, I think he has that teacher, and then outside of it, he has the poetry. So that's the duality. And I
Yes.
also understand that. Yeah, I understand that too because I am also a writer and a poet, but I don't share that side necessarily with my coworkers and people at school. I have like a poetry group that I go to share my poems with and to perform poetry because of course, it's like can be two different worlds and people see you as just one thing. And as a teacher, you know how it is. So I fully understand how you are, you
And nothing is
know,
wrong with that.
and nothing is wrong with
Yeah,
that
yeah,
because we have different lives, we have different part of us, we have
yeah,
different things. So
yeah.
it's like your passion. So I did a whole thing about passion projects. So poetry is your passion, and then teaching
Mhm.
can also be a passion, but they're two different worlds and
Yes.
two different sides of you and two different parts of you. Hopefully one day we can bring the worlds together and we
Yeah,
can,
slowly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm saying slowly, like my good friend Henrietta is here. She's not my student anymore. She's my friend. Right. So she's here and like I said, she has always been supporting me. I can't stress that enough. So that's beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay. Well, I was
And
just saying, yeah, before we go, I noticed your yellow and the yellow of my logo is there. So thank you for that yellow,
yeah,
bright yellow. So
yeah,
thank you
no
to
problem.
everyone who joined us. This has been the Water Cooler Chat Show where conversations flow easily. We had a really powerful conversation and chat this morning with O'Neil. And I want to say that we are blessed to have listened to your poetry, listened to all the wonderful things that you had to share with us. So thank you so much for joining us and see you next time. So thank you, everyone. And yes, we will have the all of this out soon. So blessings. Yes, thank you for stopping by. Thank you to everyone who came in. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you for sharing. And this is us saying bye for now and see you soon. Okay.